And they'll be taking on the England Lionesses in the first of the women's games. And there is the competition, the women's pool, Australia, England, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea. Each team plays each other once, so each team plays 3 games, and the top 2 will go through to tomorrow night's final. Later tonight, it is Australia versus New Zealand. But right now, we've got England versus Papua New Guinea. Holly Wheeler, Jillaroo, and Brett Finch in commentary. Hello, guys.
Dan?
This is a sensational night here in Sydney. Late spring, crowd filing in, and we should get some entertainment in this one.
Holly, what team do you expect to challenge Australia?
Oh, look, I can't go past the Kiwis. The girls were so strong within the Warriors with the NRLW this year, and I know that they'll welcome back Honey and they'll be a threat, that's for sure.
So here comes the Papua New Guinea side. They formed as a rugby league test nation in 2017, just in time for the 13-a-side World Cup. And in fact, they played England in that tournament, went down that day 36 points to 8. But there's some skill amongst this lot. That's Janet Johns and this Papua New Guinea team. There's some muscle there as well. And a good look at them yesterday. The captain's run, a fair bit of skill to work with here, the PNG side.
It's national sport as well, rugby league, and so popular up there. They love their league in PNG.
They absolutely love it. I was fortunate enough to go over there last year and play, and it was unreal.
And here come the Lionesses. They have their own competition, professional league. It formed a few years ago. They aligned with the Super League in 2017. It's an 8-team competition, so much like here in the Southern Hemisphere, the women's competition coming along nicely in the north. So
a lot warmer temperatures down here, Dan, than it would be in England.
Slightly shocking here for the English team, and they'll be kicking us off.
Okay, don't stop before.
So the Women's World Cup of 9's gets underway. And it's Papua New Guinea. Elsie Albert is first to hit it up here for the Orchids. And she will prove very hard to handle. As comes across for Capo, going down the middle. And already within 10 metres of halfway. Same rules as the men's competition, these clashes. The 40-20 rule in place, as well as the new 20-40. And they are 5 tackle sets. So PNG, nice and steady to start things off. And here's Janet Johns going down the middle. And the silky offload. This is nice. Oh, Albert is taken by Hardcastle. And then the ball through the hands and put down by Wake. Good signs there for PNG, but what about the strength there? Amy Hardcastle has gone after the biggest player in the Orchid side. And there she is, Elsie Albert.
That's outstanding.
Welcome to the 9's. And now England a little bit rattled.
Oh, the girls are showing the boys how it's done, Dan.
Yeah, there appeared to be a knock on, and there is.
Look at this. Bang.
I promise you, Holly and Finchy, that won't be the first of those in this tournament from Elsie Albert.
Let's go.
So what a chance for PNG. As spotting a little opening there was Shirley Joe. Can the Orchids score first? Capo. Johns. Albert. Loose pass, but cleaned up nicely. Watego. Now out to Wake. Not panicking here, the Orchids.
Wait! Go, Jude.
Swing it back to the middle. There's Capo. She's got skill, Capo. And she gets away from a tackler. Now away here. Where going for the line is Peters. And she's cleaned up by Beavers. Still a couple of tackles left here. A little run from Anjo. And now we get to the final play here for the Orchids. Ignored is Joe. Capo doing the kicking. That's not bad. It's an awkward bounce. And that is a tremendous result for PNG. Boy, they have got down to their work quickly tonight.
Yeah, great kick on the last tackle. Just watched the bounce. If it had rolled on, I thought PNG might have an opportunity to score, but well done there. Repeat set.
Okay, when you want.
So this is obviously very new for all these teams involved. And the Orchids looking quite comfortable. Although that's a nice drop out. Going well beyond halfway. Here's Albert. With the offload. Ario. Now to Wake. And Wake escapes. Finally dragged down here. So it's been all PNG so far. Tago now onto Albert. No offload on this occasion.
Go, Chu.
Now to the left. And Shirley Joe. Dummy not fallen for.
On the line. Hard. Go.
Again, no panic here from the Orchids as they work the short side. Janet Johns picks the ears back. Now the ball away here to Archo, but a terrific tackle by Beavers. Last play here for the Orchids. And the kick from Peters. That's a little big, and England have survived and survived well.
Yeah, good scramble from the English then. Johns, a lovely break.
So England only had it for a couple of tackles the first time they had it. That was after that monster hit from Albert. And let's see what they have here. Lovely dart and running down the middle there. Jodie Cunningham. And now a penalty for the Lionesses. So this will be the first time we'll see England on the attack. We're still waiting for our first points here, midway through the first half.
Come with me on the line. Stay on the line.
It must be so hard, Holly, to try and get used to this game so quickly. Obviously, these ladies are so used to the 13-a-side contest.
Yeah, it would be. Obviously, there's so much more space out there, but there's some natural athletes that are just born for this, and I'm sure we'll showcase that today.
All right, so...
The physical side certainly hasn't dropped down.
No, Gaskin, the lovely ball away to Marshall. Marshall goes down the middle and not only gets the try, but gets the bonus points as well. So England score with their first chance. And they lead 5 points to nil.
Yeah, good signs there from the English. A lot of defence on their own line. First set back down the other end. They get the first try of the game. I'll be happy with that, Holly.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, they didn't panic when they had the ball, and they've made the most of their opportunity.
And we saw how important goal kicking was in the first game, the men's game, and that conversion successful.
That's our first try in the bonus zone, of course, too, guys. I'm standing down here on the sideline right next to the English bench. No surprise to see what's happened. They're called from the bench, girls. Keep it simple. Simple play, easy points.
It sure was, Andy. And we'll see the men's team straight after this. England taking on Wales. And we'll get our first look at the Commonwealth later tonight. Plenty of familiar names there when they take on USA. That's towards the end of tonight's action here. So it took a little while, but we finally have points in this game. And an awkward restart here as the Orchids coming upfield here with Watago. It's Josephine Wong who gets it on now to Carpo. And Roswitha Carpo. Good ball. Got the late offload away. Roswitha is now outside. Here it comes to Anjo. Now that ball came free.
Handover.
And it's a handover. No scrums in this format unless there are 2 infringements. A double infringement means we will pack down for a scrum, but we won't see that too often over the next 2 days.
Good opportunity here for the English team to get a try before half time.
So basically, they've had one chance for one try as Danielle Anderson storms up to the 20-metre line.
Okay, good boy.
Sinead Peach, the dummy half. A little show and go. She fooled one, she fooled 2. Now through the hands to Beavers. And England have their second.
Yeah, great skills there from the English team down the short side. They showed a little toughness and then blended with plenty of skill to bounce back and score these 2 tries. Where are the English, Holly, in terms of their 13-a-side game? Obviously, we see a lot of new girls and the Kiwis a lot. Where are the Poms at?
Yeah, look, I watched their grand final, the Super League grand final last weekend, and it was absolutely brutal. The physicality's there, and they're going to be a team they're going to be a force, that's for sure.
So not a bad attempt at conversion there, but it missed. So 11 points to nil.
Okay, Glenn.
The Great Britain national team formed back in 2000. They played in 3 World Cups. Third in 08, third in 2013, and the semis in 2017. They don't have a big scalp yet against Australia and New Zealand. But as I said earlier, they did beat the Orchids at the last 13-a-side World Cup. So here's a strong run. And that's Gloria Cowper.
Wait, go one.
Now long to Shirley Joe. Escapes. Now to Peters. Peters, a lovely pass. Anjo into the backfield. In and away. Anjo to the 10. Anjo. No. Great tackle.
Great tackle.
Tara James Stanley with a try-saver. Still got tackles left here. Albert finds an offload. Surely. Yes. Goes over for the Orchids, and they're on the board right on half-time.
What a superb try. Excellent work on the previous play down the left-hand side. And I thought they were going to score then. Look at this for a pass. Outstanding. Little in and away here. Left, right, left.
They call Catherine Anjo the governor. And she fancied her chances there.
Important try for the Orchids, Holly.
Definitely. Like the English did just before, they didn't panic when they had the opportunity, and they found the space and got the try.
So the conversion misses, and that is half-time. It is England 11, Papua New Guinea 4. You're watching the Downer World Cup of 9's live on Fox League.
Bold choice. Yes. Okay. My twin brother Jacob has an autism spectrum disorder. I remember one moment after being at school all day, and I remember him getting into the car just bawling and saying, "Mom, I have no friends. Why don't I have any friends?" It broke my heart. That was the moment when I realized that I needed to do something about this. I needed to make a difference in his life. And I knew that if I could help him find a friend, I could help teach other people that including people with differences is the right thing to do. That was the inspiration behind my nonprofit Score a Friend. Educating people to include people with differences is so important, because when Jacob's included, he feels like he can succeed in life, and he feels like he actually has a purpose.
England leading Papua New Guinea Orchids 11 points to 4, 2 tries to 1. Brett Finch and Holly Wheeler in commentary with Dan Ganane. England scoring a couple of tries, but the Orchids, a lot to like about their first half, especially with that try right on half-time.
Yeah, it was really important they got that try before half-time. They had a lot of possession, a lot of opportunities. They needed to capitalise. They'll do the confidence the world are good. But Holly, the Poms definitely in the box seat at half-time.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, look, a lot happened in that 9 minutes, and it went so quickly, and I'm sure this half's going to be the same. And, the PNG team's so unpredictable. I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
So, speak the game's played at 9 minutes will seem like an awfully long time out there, Dan.
Yeah, they needed those 2 minutes in between. Later, it's the Jillaroos against the Kiwi Ferns. We'll have that along with Australia and New Zealand in the men. So back-to-back Australia versus New Zealand clashes towards the end of the night here at Bankwest Stadium. Every team in the tournament plays once tonight, and then every team plays twice tomorrow before we get to the business end.
Okay.
So the first try, you would imagine, is so important in this second period as we begin the final 9 minutes. Let's see, Lionesses will have first use here. And Beavers, one of the try scorers for England, going too far here. 5 tackle sets as opposed to 6, but they'll get the start from 0 here, England, as they get that penalty. much experience in the world of nines for either of these teams, the players in these teams. Yeah, it's a good, strong surge from Anderson. Daniel Anderson here will play it. In the centre of this field, there's numbers out to the left. Here goes Tara Jane Stanley, but she's cleaned up in a terrific tackle from Wong. Now, a lovely pass, and there they go for their third try. Rhiannon Marshall gets over, and England extend their lead.
Yeah, nice work. Tendency when you make a break down one side to shift back the other side. English, they come back and played through them. Didn't look to play around them, punched the holes in the inside shoulders.
So Rhiannon Marshall, the try scorer from the Castleford Tigers. And she's also been the captain of Yorkshire in the women's Origin clash. And conversion misses, but still a very handy 11-point lead. So we'll see England again later in this tournament tomorrow against Australia at 2:30 Eastern Time, Australian Daylight Saving Time, and then they take on New Zealand in what might be a match for the final a few hours after their clash with Australia. So now the Orchids have got a bit of scoreboard pressure to deal with here, as good as they have looked so far in this game. It's Carol Francis playing it now. And here's Carpo. She's had plenty of possessions so far tonight. And then the lovely silky pass away to Wong. We're inside England territory now. Albert. Matego. Now to Joe. Anjo has looked dangerous. And gets the offload. Shirley Joe over the 30. This is nice. Oh, the pass goes down. Heather Ario dropping it just as it was bubbling nicely.
Yeah, they've had a great ability to keep the ball alive, haven't they? The Orchids. Lovely offloads in that play.
So there's the King of Bank West, Mike Acevo there, watching on. What an exciting team that Fijian side is. And of course we'll see them a little later as well. So England looking pretty comfortable now. Really have not had much possession at all. There's Emily Rudge in their headgear. And Roach across to Gaskin. Cunningham through the hands to Stanley. Now out to Lee Burke from St Helens, and here's another penalty. So the fatigue really starting to set in, and the Orchids starting to do it tough.
Can't afford to be giving away penalties in a game like this, and unfortunately they paid the price the last time. Hopefully they can hold them out this time.
Yeah, get an opportunity to get back to back. So critical.
Well, form against may be important later on as well. So it's imperative they put on a score here when they've got the chance. And now that is off their hands here. And Carol Francis for PNG. England recover here. Tara Jane Stanley inside the 10. Now, here's the ball fired out to Hoyle. Now to Anderson. And going for the line and scoring is Emily Rudge. And that just about puts an exclamation point on this. England look like they're going to win. And win quite comfortably.
Yeah, sorry, Dan. They've been impressive, haven't they, Holly? They've defended well and had some good shape in attack, and looks like a good start to their 9's campaign.
Yeah, definitely. They've just been clinical when they need to be and patient, and it's proving on the scoreboard. Simple, numbers game here, and they got the try for it.
Emily Rudge, the try scorer, the captain, 20 test caps. She was the best and fairest for England in the 2017 World Cup, and is also a PE teacher. Yet again the conversion misses, but that won't matter, it appears, with England up by 15 points. So 9's rules, the scoring team kicks off. And that's a handy kick, although it's too big, and now that will force the Orchids.
Well, Dan, I think the Orchids, their trainer here has an orange shirt like their jumpers, and the players thought it was a player.
And it forces the Orchids to drop it out. So there certainly was confusion there, and you'd imagine they'll go short. No, it's neither here nor there. And it's Georgia Roach who play it here. England, they've already scored 4 tries. Shona Hoyle is playing it on the 10. Short side, Stanley, the dummy, then the pass. It's beautiful. And a nice try for Lee Burke.
A lovely little short side play there from England. Just counted the numbers. Executed it perfectly. 2-on-1. Nice skill.
They're making it look too easy now.
So the Orchids now, they are wilting in these warmish conditions, and they will rue the first 5 minutes of this contest. They had their chances, but just couldn't quite crack the Lionesses' defence.
They've been quite clinical, haven't they, England?
Oh, that's a nice kick. Oh, it's a beautiful kick. So 25 points to 4 now for England with a couple of minutes remaining. The Orchids, they also, of course, play New Zealand and Australia tomorrow. And that is PNG ball. And can they get their second try to close out this game? Well, Francis cops on there. And time called off here. Don't forget, England versus Wales in the men is coming up after this. Got a heap of English players we're all familiar with on show. The likes of Gareth Widdop and James Graham. Sam Tompkins, we haven't seen him on these shores for a little while. Elliot Whitehead. George Williams, NRL bound. And there is a Welsh player to keep an eye on, Regan Grace. You'll notice him. He is lightning. That's
He
coming
is
up.
so fast.
He may be, Holly, the fastest player of this tournament. And that is saying something from Roswitha Capo, and draws a penalty. And there may be time for one more play.
Okay.
Well, here we go. Let's see what PNG have got. Well, Elsie off the back fence. And that's it. So a nice way to start the women's tournament. England comfortable winners over Papua New Guinea. The final score, the Lionesses 25, the Orchids 4.